welcome, 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 welcome. Hi, y'all. So we're gonna get into it today. Now you see him with that music. We was doing good. But hi, welcome, welcome. I probably need to get him out of here now. All before I went live, they were not in the room. They wasn't coming to bother me. But them children just don't let us not not be live. But how y'all doing tonight? How y'all mental health check? Mental health check. We doing a mental health check in our building. I'm about to get him out of there. See before hold on, y'all. Just 1 second. 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, your girl is back here, y'all. Sorry. Cause he wasn't even trying to be up here until I came up in here. But how y'all doing? Like, comment, and subscribe. We jumping into the baby mamas, baby daddies, priorities, and child support subjects. So y'all want to know what made me talk about this particular subject. So let me get into the reason why I wanted to talk about this subject. So someone, oh, God dang, you made it in fast. Okay. So I thought that was that baby. Lock the door, lock the door, lock the door. So we're getting into this because somebody wrote me, well, not really, well, sent me. Let me get into my phone and get into it. All right, let me go to it. All right. All right. So someone kind of made it a topic. I thought it was interesting. It's going to strike a lot of nerves. We're going to start doing more topics like this. Sometimes we're going to have the messy topic. This might can turn messy. I don't know. So I'm going to give what they stated, and then I'm going to give my personal experience from this matter. So we're going to get into it. So let's say this. It say the talk is about, this is what they kind of sent to me. What do you think of a man who will leave his own kids to go and take care of another woman kids who aren't his but still want his own kids to call him daddy? He will do his best to make sure that the other woman and her kids are straight. His idea of taking care of his kids is the little child support check he sends once a month. Most daddies, not all of them, they stated, think child support is for clothes and shoes. Child support is also used to keep a roof over the kids' head, to make sure that they have food, water, electricity, to keep them warm in the winter, and cool in the summer. It also is used for doctor visits, meds, also hygiene products. Don't and they say don't complain if you see your son. I'm gonna add, or your daughter, who or your son needing a haircut, or your daughter needing her hair comb or braces to fix their teeth. That's not. And then they say that daddies like to say that's not my problem. I pay child support. But the kids taken care of. But the other kids are taken care of every 2 weeks They teed up beautiful. So why don't can't you do the same for your own? Yeah, I hope you save yours. Thanks. You do all you they say you do they do all that they can for other kids, but your wife or significant other has to go to court for child support. Your biological kids shouldn't have to come in second. Take responsibility for what you make. The course just is up there. Go look. Jesus. Thank you. Like I said, not all men are like that, but there are some that are. Two, it said ask the people for their honest opinion. Three, let them open up if they are such in a situation. Hold on, I may not be able to see y'all comments. And four, tell them to don't. You don't have to say any names and just hear they stir up comments. So I'm gonna weigh in about my situation because I had a baby daddy and I had a husband. I never ever had to place my kids' fathers on child support. Never had to come to putting them on child support. So I'm gonna speak about my situation because they might probably start letting people in with the situation. But basically, for my first one, why I never thought about like child support or putting my kids' dad on child support because I always think like, what um if the dad here today and may not be here tomorrow? And when I say here today and may not be here tomorrow, is if they will be deceased, they die. I have to know how to be able to take care these kids or a kid, whichever one that I had. I know at one time I had one kid and I always had the mentality like that. So hold on, y'all. I'm gonna continue and come back. Let me do this right here. I'm back, y'all. So where I ended up from, where I started out from my situations, why I don't put people on, I never thought about putting a man on child support, which I didn't have those problems. So I ain't think about to put a man on child support because, like I said, I always think about what if they not here today and going tomorrow. God can take. I have to know how to figure it out. Child support, it ain't gonna be the way for me to figure it out. Yes, I always gonna want them to contribute. Don't get me wrong, point blank, period. But you have to know how to do it if that person or that significant person not around. Anything can happen. Life be lifing. That's how I be thinking. That's how I thought a long time ago. Um, when my first kid's father, he his people made up. Hold on, y'all. These people I want to walk across here naked. Come on, come on. You can pass. You can pass. All right, I'm back. Cause y'all, who thank y'all for bearing with me. I scheduled it. I got everything out the way, and it's still like being a mother and being a wife. It's like you still don't complete. Cook, clean, did everything I needed to do. Right, bum. But like I stated, with me, I never thought about placing a man. I always thought about I have to have to do it, and what they do for their kid is what they're supposed to do, but it's always going to be a plus and it's always going to be a saving for me. So let me see. What can I say? Like for my first baby father, his his side of the family financially, he probably couldn't do, but everything don't always be financially. Because some people don't look at it like that. For me to be able to get to work, his family on his my son dad's side was very supportive of making sure they watch him, babysit, so I can get to work. So that kind of saved me in a long run where I didn't have to pay for a babysitter. They was in cares of their. They was in cares of the of a loved one. So now let's say moving forward into my current that's been forever, we both walked into our situation to where this is what we had the drama in ours. Everybody different. If y'all have comments, I can't see. Everybody different or whatever like that. So with everybody being different, because they do have some fathers that don't take care of their kids, don't do what they need to do. So with this current, we both walked in. I had one outside child. He had two outside kids. Um, he had just had one and one on the way. He, yeah, one, something like that. One on the way or whatever. When I mean, which I knew, but it wasn't my interest to get to know his churn when I first met him. That just wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know you, so I don't want to get to know your kids. Period. I need to see before. I'm just the type of person, before I even get to see your kids or whatever, I need to see if I'm going to even be into you. You know what I'm saying? Because some people like, oh, some women, when they come around a man or whatever, they ready to meet the kids and think no, I don't mean none of them. That just was me. I ain't have nothing against them. It's just I don't know where we going, and you can't come around mine. So it took me. That person may be possibly. I'm trying to get the right time frame. It may be a year. We were seeing each other. We were going places, and we was doing things. But for me to actually bring my child into his existence, it took a whole year for me to know that okay, my son is about to introduce you. You've been around for a year. I'm spending my time. I'm splitting my time with you. So now when he met me, we went on. So he got incarcerated. I'm giving y'all a backstory of it because of the simple fact you have to know, so then you can understand the concept of what I'm getting to. So I got to get you into it. So he got incarcerated. I hadn't had any kids for him or anything like that. I still had my son. He got incarcerated. He went probably do like 2 years. We still stayed in touch. I reached out, whoop the whoop. So remember, I have no kids for him. He's incarcerated, but he have a daughter and he have a son, which I hadn't met, but he did let me know about it. It had situations and circumstances, you know how they try to get him other baby mama's trouble. I wasn't her. She is not me. Um, Next, it's moving forward. Now, remember, he was incarcerated. Now, moving forward, we seeing each other. Um, we're messing around, I think, and then again, he got incarcerated. So probably out of that, about it's a year. We went 6 months. Bam, probably from like November, he get out for a little while. Stay out for probably like a year or so. We still kind of friends, get, whatever. So I held him down, he getting out. Now, everybody's situation different with child support. I remember when they just knew that, like, oh, okay, they serious. And he was ready to tie the knot. Cause I just was the type of person is I'm not about to play footsie with no man. Well, we not about to. What you need to bring that to your daddy? Okay, put it around the door. He gonna get it. Let me make sure. Hide it. All right. I'm not about to play footsie with no man. And when I say footsie, meaning like, which y'all, this gonna be another story, neither here or there, but we're gonna push that in. While he was incarcerated, I got pregnant. He got me pregnant. So people didn't understand whatever. That's another story. Y'all want to hear that story, then just say, man, I won't hear that tea. How you got pregnant by that man and he was incarcerated. That's a whole nother story, y'all. So, but I'm just like the move because that make y'all a little comfortable to want to drop y'all situations about, y'all baby daddies and stuff like that. But it was like he got incarcerated. So I'm just making sure you dress. So with that, all righty. So when he get out, all right, he get out. Did we that time? Yep, he got out. We got married or whatever. It's hilarious, man. Y'all hear the situation. Here, what situation? I'm saying like. I'm about to tell you. You want to get your chair? Get your chair. Come sit by me. You're coming. You gonna eat? Okay, he might come in and step in and tell his story or whatever. So when they first heard, they was like, oh, you don't do nothing for your child. We about to put you on child support. Now that was when we was 24, 25. Like, how could he do for his child? He's been incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I had a child before them and pregnant, but I was always independent, did for my child or whatever like that. He didn't do anything for my kid while I was incarcerated, and I didn't see needed that this man needed to do, regardless, But once he entered into my life and we called this serious, I feel like what I come with in a relationship, you have to be able to handle it, and whatever you come with, we know what it is. So with that, he did buy me a car that struck. That'll be a whole nother story too. That caused a whole catastrophe. But you got to understand, I'm pregnant with his kid. I had a car, but it wasn't a reliable car. You know what I'm saying? And whatever relationships he had previous before me, they may not require that as an individual because it was very difficult. Me, I require that you have to step up and, handle your business. It ain't no use to call you my man or call you my kids daddy. You got to handle your business, which he always has been a provider. The other stuff I was about to say something, but we're gonna that too is for a whole. Oh, I could really tell some stories, huh? So moving forward, they didn't put him on child support that time. I guess they kind of talked. We went through the most chaotic thing because it was as if him being with me, because they always tell him that. And I find it that when women try to dictate and control the narrative, some women, not all women, But the majority of you women, when y'all trying to dictate and control the narrative, y'all try to use those kids as a pawn. Or y'all try to use, oh, you with that woman as if the new woman is the problem. I don't know. The new woman don't know y'all from Adam to Eve. And really don't care about knowing any one of them from Adam to Eve. Point blank, period. But I have known people put things in their head and they run with their own scenario because they think that. So they gave this man trouble. So now let's fast forward that. A little fast forward, like I said, I had a shot. It's like 2008. He went again. That was like 2010 when we got married. That I'm telling you, so we done got married 2010. Moving forward or whatever like that, I think he had went. Maybe he went back or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. It's so many years I've been with this man. Lord have mercy, Jesus. But he had to start. You have to realize if he's a convicted felon, he's on probation, parole. It's certain things he's going to be limited to do. So he trying to get his life, getting his life in order, basically. You know what I'm saying? Getting on the right track, and still making mistakes. So I think it took him probably because if anybody knows somebody being a convicted felon, you won't find a job right away and all that. It took him probably like a year. So that means I have to hold it down. In the midst, I had to got us while he in jail, copped the whole trailer, like putting it together in order to make it easier. So I guess he financially couldn't do, and now I have his kid. I have my own kids, so I can't take care of any outside kids that's not inside my home because one, the father not doing it, so it's not no extra. It's as the mother. But some women don't understand the concept and it goes straight to run to the system or whatever. So I remember it was like 2000. That was probably like 2015. They gave him my heart. You know how they do. I'm just speaking on my situation. One of the mothers, I truly understand her reasons because they gave this woman a hard time. I don't know what turmoil he had took her through before that, but as a woman, I respect that. I don't need you. She never asked none of that. We'll try to do. She never asked. She never did. That's just her. She just a person. She was independent. No matter how he'll do, no matter how we reached out, whatever he did, whatever bad blood that he created before me, and whatever bad blood his family created before me, it kind of poured into our situation. You know what I'm saying? But she's never really asked. Honestly speaking, she's never. And have the other one. This is going. Y'all know I like to keep it real. They gonna come for me. You know how they gonna do? They gonna come for me or not. But they had the other one. They just swear to God, I was the problem. Them people don't know me from Adam to Eve. I don't know them really from Adam and Eve. And the crazy part about it is, me and that particular person, one of his baby moms, we actually like. I would go to her house. We would sit, cook, invite. Like we had like building. How can I say? I wouldn't say. Oh, they nice. They real nice. They real nice. They real nice. They like we would get along or whatever. We would be at each other. I wouldn't say like I said, call it a friendship. I would call it like a co-parent because we was getting along while he was incarcerated, and and his daughter was with the mama. I should have never said that. Ooh, Jesus. But he was incarcerated. At some point in time, we was getting along or whatever. We would get along, had it. I forgot what the hell it was that caused to fall out. I think it was her boyfriend happened, but some minor. It had to be real minor. Then it had to be like little or nothing. If I can't remember stuff that's really meaningful, I remember. So it had to be like little or nothing. She might remember, but um, she might could tell somebody. Somebody might comment, but it was something. But we were getting along. Like we didn't have any issues or whatever like that. And if I had a little extra, buy the child some clothes, I would do what I can. But you have to realize he's incarcerated. I'm doing what I got to do for my children, so we both got to hold it down in the separator. He ain't making probably well, a penny on a dime, just to be honest with you. You know, people know when you're incarcerated. But fast forward, I remember there was what, like 2016, and this is when I realized. Oh shoot! This is when I realized I don't want to put that up in the background. Women are real spiteful, real spiteful and vindictive. I remember because in the midst of that time, we were getting things together because we hadn't already said, hey, we want to get a house. He finally had got him a little stable job or whatever like that, because the majority of the income was really mine. He would have like ins and outs. You know how you have those jobs. He was trying to work jobs. What you call those jobs? At the workforce, the temp service. So y'all know if you have ever worked for the temp service, and 9 out of 10, that's where people with a background go to the temp service. You know, you may work 2 weeks and the next week you don't even have no work, and basically it's inconsistent until you find that one job that sees or you start getting those certifications. So I remember, and this is true facts will spill, and it was actually we would put money. I would put it. I'm speaking because I know from the money he would get. So we had already thought of the process to get a home. I had already talked to a realtor. Ben had talking to a realtor, and she was already had them prep me for when we make the decision to get the things that I should and what we should and we shouldn't do or whatever. So I'm always a step ahead, because when we did get our home, we closed that fast because I had already had things in place before we had even went to the mortgage. But just to say, I don't know if they had got a rift or they about to buy a home, but we would put money in his daughter bank account. First, we would send it to the mom. How you used to send it to you? The cash app or sending his mama send money. His mama buy things, his mama do things. You know how grandmothers already put you, and he would send the money or cash up. I remember a time we was putting. She was like, I don't want that money. She just was insisting on putting him on child support, claiming I'm the problem. Saying, no, you don't do nothing for your child, but you got to realize this man was incarcerated. He wasn't doing nothing for your children. Mine that I had from either. He can't, he's in jail. But women don't see past that. I mean, it was like, she's been taken, of course, she's been in jail. He just getting solid. So I would put money, I think it was like $50, $75 per week, because anybody know when you're buying a home, you cannot be spending money, just spending. They do not want to see that. Period. They want to see that you can consistent maintain. So I'm making sure I'm budgeting per week, including her in the budget, which what I was sending to her daughter is something that I don't spend on my own children per week. You know what I'm saying? That just being realistic as a mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's his half. So you have to realize if he's sending 75 or 100 per week, and she matched 100, that's two per what the children should be able to maintain. He ain't like no celebrity to where he had everybody living this lavish life to where it's taking you from this lavish life we was living. I just knew how to maintain. Next, I remember this person closed the child bank account in order to act as if this man was not supporting his child. Act like he not supporting his child. Next, after that, I think we end up closing our home, and then once we don't close our home, I didn't give a care what had came through. So in the midst of us doing it, the paper had came through, but it's not silent, so it will never be on this record. But picture, I think he was paying like what she was paying 769, and I have papers, receipt, all that, like $800 a month per child. Faithfully, I was making sure it get paid. No back time, none of that. I was making the time we probably split up. Maybe it wasn't the only time. So he's sending eight per month for one child, which never no problem. At that time, we maintain it, we good, house closed on, whatever. So it's not gonna even affect. So it's just the point. All right, what I with him, let's say, sending an eight, doing for a child. Even when the child will come, because I think at a time we wasn't together though. The child went live with him. He was still no. When the child went live with him, I think when your daughter when she came stay with you, you stop paying child. He stopped paying child support because the child I think went stay with you for like 6 months or whatever. So that made him get behind. And kid or not, this person didn't drop it. Did kid it not? I seen how spiteful a person was, where he was paying the majority of the child care because he was paying what 75% of the child income, sending $800 a month. Not behind, because the first year when he went to go claim his child, couldn't claim his child, and they told him in court that this you can't claim the child. They still did it out of spite. That's money that would have went to him to send send to send to send to the child support. Never could have claimed his child, and he's sending 75% of the income of the child income, $800 a month. Not missing. I know because I'm sending it, so I know. And when he went to court, he didn't have to do any back time. You know why? Because I had to show all the receipts. We showed all the receipts for a whole year that he was taking care of this child. I had the dates. I had a little book. I had a book with all the dates, all the receipts, and all of that. Because that's when you, with all the dates and the receipts. Plug this for him. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. With all the dates. Oh. He'll get that to 7. With all the dates and all the receipts. So when he went, he didn't have to. I think it was like 4 or 5 months that when he got the paper, he had to be served like 4 or 5 months. So normally when you get served, when you go to court, it's already calculated from the time that the parent filed. But he didn't have to pay. And I think back time child support or whatever, about 1 month, because he was like a few little off since. So I'm showing where we put it in the bank, like I got the bank receipts. They won't tell me, but I got the receipts because I always make a money order. Always did keep the receipts. But just to show you how some women is being and blame me. They blame me. I was the problem. So they say. Next is, like I say, paying 800. Not supposed to. Now you getting a child support, supporting it. And I think it was like the stimulus. The child had went go stay with him. I don't know what was the circumstances. Wasn't together, but the child went stay with him because we had a time. That's a whole another story. We could tell that story too for the people don't know me. Like people from my Facebook page, they know. People from the YouTube, y'all just meeting it, baby. It's been drama. But he how I went. I can't hear it. I don't want to have that movie in the background. But could have never claimed his child. Had it to where when it's the claim had other people claiming, and nobody's supposed to claim the child but him, not even a mama, because he was paying, like I said, 75%. It was either 75 or 85% of the child income of need, because that's what it was when they went to make the when they do how they do that. Because like I said, I never put nobody on child support, but I had to go to where child support cover him or whatever like that. And he couldn't carry his child. He was supposed to. Nobody else was supposed to. And like I said, I have the papers to back it up with proof. Is nothing that I'm gonna say is gonna be a lie. If they call me a lie, y'all know I'm gonna throw them papers and I'm gonna throw that money up there. Now he still owe. He owe probably like 8,000, but picture he paying 800 a month. So he only back time. He only back child support for 8 months. And the reason why, and the mama will refuse to drop because the child was living with him. So when the child was staying with him and he was 100% taking care of the child, didn't ask the mama for nothing, he still was on child support, and they never reported. And they never reported that the child was not living in a home, going to a whole nother school and all that. But it just to show you how some people do it out of spite. Because this man, I know for sure, probably wasn't sending the amount that they wanted, but he was doing what he could at the time because when he started actually being able to like send consistently money, that's because he had a consistent job. All other jobs and stuff like that, like I said, convicted felon, ins out is mixed pick. But he would get, but they ain't let it get because of me. And like I stated, when he was incarcerated, me and this person had a copacetic situation. That's what I'm gonna call it. Copacetic copa. And because I don't know her, for the most part, when I did, she was up nice, whatever. I guess trying to fish to get to, I don't know what it. I can't say. I can only speak on my side. I can't speak on their side. But to watch and to say, oh, it's nothing that they can ever say. So some women does it to control it. They have some men that take care of their kids. Some women I think use it as a pawn. Some men I think really just don't take care of their kids, and they should be on child support. But I want to know what comes to the point that makes a man not take care of their kids, and what makes how a woman try to keep a man kids from him if they not with them, because we see it all the time. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Some women go put men on child support out of spite, out of ugly ways, just to say they can do it and use it as a leverage and don't even have to do it, but just want to do that to try to be spiteful, thinking they're hurting the woman that person with, and don't realize that person getting their own check. Because people don't realize, I don't know up in any other state, but I know in our state, they don't care about no damn the significant the income. That's between you and them. So what y'all say for that? What y'all say? What do y'all say for that? I wish I knew your name. How you say your name? Hi, how you doing? Well, I guess that's our president now. So you must be from the United States if you have him up there, because if you're not, you got a little funny name, but you got to be from the United States, because nobody outside of the United States care about that. So I see y'all here. Say hi. How y'all doing? I'm glad that you spoke. They be so rude and so scared and don't want to tell it. So what's y'all take on it? On fathers who need to be on child support, fathers who truly own child support out of spite because of who they with. What's y'all take on it? How y'all think the child support system? Now, my take on what the mother should do with the money is whatever she wants. That's how I feel about it. Now, the money that goes to the mom for child support, I don't feel it should be dictated where it goes. Sometimes it may have to go to a water bill. It may have to go to a light bill. It may have to go to shoes, clothes. Her car may break down or something like that. And I feel that it all in reference, because if she used it to go handle business with a car, She need that car to take the child to the doctor. She need that car to go make groceries, to put in the household. Might use the food. So I feel that whatever they choose to do with it in that household to benefit the child, do whatever they want. I don't feel like it needs to be dictated, but I do feel like some fathers are on child support for the right reasons, and I feel some fathers are on the child support for the wrong reasons. And I think we should do better as a community of women letting go. A men stop giving women a hassle when they move on. Because when the women move on sometimes and they done put up with a man crap, the man want to be spiteful and try to make it hard. Oh, you with that new man. Let him take care of that baby. This and that. That's not. That is the new man supposed to take on the task too. But it doesn't, how do you say, take away from, is the majority of your responsibility. The new man can take her half. You still got to put up your half. So that's my little story about my situations. No, mm-mm. It does not go off the spouse's income, depending on where you're from. Now, every state is different. I can only speak about my situation because that's what people be thinking like, oh, when they see both of them working and doing good, that they gonna come. No, the only way from what I have heard, but I never seen, is not. Why would it go off the spouses? That is their child. That's what I see for it. That's his responsibility. Whatever extra I can do, like if he's on it, and then I know that, hey, he fell sick and he couldn't work. Of course, the person that's with him, because I know he's taking care of a child that wasn't for him. My son that passed, rest his soul. That why wouldn't I help? And there's plenty of times I help. Now I just stay out that situation entirely. No, I don't know where you're from, DG Bag. I don't know where you're from, so I don't want to just misinform you. I'm only speaking about my situation. They didn't ask nothing about my income. They asked about his. They asked about his. And the best thing I would tell you, if you facing that situation, if you do, I kept every receipt because I don't have girls, so they couldn't even say I don't have girls. I kept every receipt. I kept every bank thing that we went. I kept every money order because I ain't going to put no cash. I ain't crazy. I would use a money order. I kept every money order. I wrote down the dates. I made sure I put down the times. I'm just a very thorough person and always been a thorough person because you have to remember, you have to CYAU because, baby, they're going to do whatever to get in the court. One of them touch. That matter of fact, I didn't even say that part. They wanted him to sign over his rights. That's how crazy it was, and still pay child support. Which, being with me, he already knew that you ain't signing over no rights over your child. You gonna pay that child support. If I would have seen him sign over his rights for his child, I'd have left that man. I'd have left him because I can't see how can you not take care of your child. That's how I be feeling. Like, how can you not take care of your child? And that's your flesh and blood. And I ain't talking about him. I'm just talking about any man in particular. That's your flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? Your flesh and blood. You birthed it. It's bleeding what you bleed. And to lack that responsibility of that, it says a lot about a woman. It says a lot about a man. That says a lot about a woman. That says a lot about a man. You're supposed to do everything you can. Ooh, Jesus, these kids. But what's y'all intake and what y'all think about my baby? Try.